Bang! Welcome to Cryptocurrency Blockchain News, your daily cryptocurrency blockchain aggregated news show on YouTube. Look, it's going to be drinking. Look, smoking. Look, swearing. Look, so you've been warned. Look, here I come in 3. Look, 2. Look, 1. Bang! Welcome, everybody. Black, white, gay, straight, Christian, Muslim, Jew. My name is Shomari Clarke. Welcome to Cryptocurrency Blockchain News, the greatest show on earth. Hey, what can I tell you? The greatest show in the multiverse. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And look, we got a great one for you today. Yes, seeing as we're the greatest. So today, yes. Onboardings, motherfucker. Government onboardings. 2 cryptos with 2 government onboardings. So first, and then a government thing. So that's yes. So first, we're going to talk about French law enforcement is using Tezos. So that's an onboarding by the French government. Is using Tezos. I don't know, keep some sort of data, some tracking. We'll read that. And then the country of Lesotho signs a deal with Apollo. Apollo is some sort of cryptocurrency, and they onboarded the country of Lesotho. So we're going to check that out. Then finally, Singapore. Crypto derivative regulations are going to come out with crypto derivative regulations. And this is what I thought was going to, I was telling you guys this last year, this is what I thought was going to happen already. The whales are like, look, we want some flipping crypto. And so they pressured, and so they're going to get their crypto. So let's begin how we begin, brothers. Bang. And then we go over here. Bang. Yes. Now let's see if this behaves and refreshes. Actually, I don't need to refresh because anyway, let's just do the usual. Oh, you mother. All right. Look. Price of Bitcoin, $7,954. Fuck, just a steady gradual decline on the Bitcoin, right? Right? We were down at 7,000, right? Then Xi Jinping said his thing, and but we went up, and then it's just been a steady decline. Whatever, man. You know what we're waiting for. Not worried about all this. Look, so when I left you, today we're at $7,954. When I left you yesterday, we're waiting for the institutions. So don't worry about all that. And like I said, don't worry about the price till these guys get here. That's when you got to worry if your shit ain't working. And when I left you yesterday, making money for you. Anyway, just can we do this? When I left you yesterday, it was $8,107. So we're down, about $200? Something like that. Around there, something like that. Man, I'm not going to do the exact math. Look, top 10 of the day, brothers. Oh, yeah. Usual suspects, brothers. Top 10, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Tether, Litecoin, EOS, Binance Coin, Bitcoin SV, and Stellar still holding on to number 10. Market moves of the day, brothers. Looks like a whole bunch of single digits down. But you know what it's going to be. There will be an up one in there. So single digits up, single digits down. Mostly down, though. There's an up. All right. Oh, Tezos. That's what we're going to read about right now. All right. Single digits up, single digits down. Single digits up to single digits down. 2. Single digits up. 2. Single digits down. All right. Let's see who lost money today. You see anything on here you like, go get it because it is on sale. Back. Top 10 lose of the day, brothers. Komodo, Educare. Yes, VeChain. Go down again. Komodo, Educare, VeChain, Theta, Zilliqa, Synthetics Network, MadeSafe Coin, Dogecoin, and Icon and BitTorrent. Let's look who made money today. Yeesh. All right. Top 10 winners of the day. Gainers. Digitex Futures, Nash Exchange, Digibyte, Quant, Centrality, Seal, Tezos, Horizon, iExec RLC, and Crypto.com Coin. Let's see what the total market cap of the day is. What do we got? 217.0. 217.0 market cap. And when I left yesterday, we were at 222.8. So we went down $5.8 billion in market cap. Let's see what the volume is. Was that 67.6? And when I left yesterday, we were at 72.3. So we went down, let's just call that $5 billion in market cap. I mean, 24-hour volume. 5 billion down in 24-hour volume. All right. Let's proceed. Buy. France law enforcement agencies uses smart contracts running on Tezos to validate expenses. We've talked about it here. Government contracts. Once you get it, once the government's using you, I mean, unless you fuck up real big, governments just keep using you and using and using you, right? Like, why change it if it doesn't, if there's no problem? So, Tezos hodlers. All right, look at you guys. All right, here's an onboarding. Here is an onboarding, Tezos. Government contract, by the way. Government contract, right? Dang on French law enforcement. Once you get in the government, well, you work for that government agency over there. You seem to be working out. Why don't we use you in our government agency right here? You know what I mean? And when these institutions arrive, well, they're not fucking stupid. If there's a government, a major government like this, France, they've obviously done all the testing and everything they need on your blockchain, right? That's like a super seal of approval. I think one of you guys asked me about Tezos the other day, actually, in the comments or on Twitter or something. Yeah. Well, I don't remember what the question was, but what you asked me, but well, here's a government contract, so look, buy. All right, let's check it out. According to a recent press release published on LinkedIn by Nomadic Labs, as of September 2019, the first smart contract ever developed by a public authority was deployed in the Tezos blockchain. Buy. By a public authority. In other words, this French law enforcement agency. French law enforcement agency uses smart contracts. Tezos is one of the most popular blockchain networks in the market. In the last year, it expanded as an innovative solution for companies and institutions to deploy their smart contracts. This time, the French Army's and Gendarmerie's Information and Public Relations Center, SIRPA, has been validating judicial expenses incurred during investigations. In addition to it, the law enforcement agency has also been recording this information on the Tezos blockchain. So they do investigations, and so all the expenses they're putting on Tezos. I guess they're doing their accounting on the blockchain, on the Tezos blockchain is kind of what it sounds like. The Gendarmerie's Cybercrime Division, C3N, is the one that was using smart contracts on a public distributed ledger to improve its processes to keep control of its tasks and data. The report explains that this is one of the first examples of how a government organization is able to use smart contracts for operational purposes. Yeah, to operate your government. Operate by smart contract. Look, why not? At the same time, the C3N is able to acquire cryptocurrencies from the Europol funds to cover operational costs. All right. I guess you got to pay Tezos. You got to pay in Tezos maybe or something so they can get them from this C3N, I guess. I don't know. The press release goes on by saying that the smart... The press release goes on by saying that the smart contract deployed was designed to only provide access to authorized individuals, allowing the division to justify expenses without disclosing information about their operations. All right, so only top-level people or something get to put expenses in this, I guess. But it keeps it secret, so they don't disclose their operations. Other government agencies around the world have been using blockchain technology in order to reduce bureaucracy and increase efficiency. A provisional government in Argentina is currently using Bitcoin. This was wild when I read this. Well, the Bitcoin part, Ethereum, I get it because that's a smart contract thing, but the Bitcoin part was weird. That was weird. A provincial government in Argentina is currently using Bitcoin and Ethereum to store copies of documents. All right. And in Switzerland, blockchain technology is being used to conduct local minor elections and help citizens increase their participation in the community. Great. So those are some examples of government deployment of blockchain. But Tezos hodlers, bye. Well, you got yourself a government contract. And that's the French government. Second biggest government in the European Union. Oh, yeah. There might be room to grow with there. Oh, yes. Room to grow, Tezos hodlers. Look, Tezos lovers. Bang! Good for you guys. All right. Now, let's see who else gets a good banging for hodling. Bang! Apollo. All right, Apollo hodlers. I don't even know what the fuck this is, really. But you gotta... Oh, what the hell just happened right there? You just dissed me like that? Hold on, right in the middle of when I'm yapping? Oh, you motherfuckers. Oh, now you took away my highlights. Look, it's all right, brothers. We soldier on. We soldier on in the face of adversity. The show must go on. Look. So here you go, Apollo hodlers. You got the government of Lesotho. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, 2 government contracts tonight. And look, man, you know about government contracts. Like, once you have them, nobody wants to fuck around. And, you know, in the government, you know, because you're accountable, right? Like, in a private corporation, if something doesn't work, you know, you just say, all right, fuck that, and on you go, right? Well, in the government, you know, if someone changes something and it causes a problem, well, everyone looks for, well, who's the person who authorized this change, right? Yeah. And then next thing you know, that person's sitting in a desk in the basement of the building, right? For fucking up. Right? So nobody ever wants to fuck up anything in the government, right? You don't want to be the one who was caught, you know, messing up something, right? Like messing something up. And, you know, that's how government contracts work. And so that's why they're the best. Right? They're the most coveted contracts of anything, right? Yeah, you know, they're the most coveted you can get. All right. So if you're an Apollo hodler, hold on, let me get a sip. So, yeah, if you're an Apollo hodler, yeah, it's looking good for you. Looking real good. Yeah, we're seeing all these governments starting to deploy some tokenized blockchains. The governments around the world are all deploying blockchains. Oh yeah, Hyperledger, all that. A lot of governments have done all that. But these tokenized blockchains, the ones we're invested in, you know, it's a little rare. So we gotta cheer when we get, you know, when you get a government contract, you know. Look. All right. The tiny country of Lesotho has entered into a deal with the cryptocurrency-related company Apollo in a bid to deliver blockchain solutions in the country. Both parties have signed a memorandum of understanding, MOU, that will guide them in delivering blockchain and cryptocurrency solutions to government departments. So this isn't just one, like the last thing we read, which was just that one, those cops. But looks like they're, I don't know, I mean, they're looking to deploy in multiple agencies in this government. The collaboration, here it tells us right here. The collaboration targets state departments and in the areas of poverty alleviation, education, employment, and the private sector. Oh, hey, Apollo lovers. You guys are getting deployed fucking countrywide. Look. Gets a brother thinking about some stuff. Look, maybe some onboardings. I mean, maybe some warehouse space needs to be made. Now I'm getting that Factum one. During the signing of the deal, the Ministry of Communication, Science, and Technology. Now, I'm not saying this is anything wrong, though. I mean, this is going to be badass. But, you just got to pick your killers and go with it, man. You can't just keep buying everything just because you hear something good. During the signing of the deal, the Ministry of Communication, Science, and Technology represented the government of Lesotho, although this is investment grade. The official announcement was relayed to both local and international news aggregators. Lesotho to adopt Apollo cryptocurrency. So, with the two parties signing the MOU, the government of Lesotho is set to adopt the Apollo cryptocurrency, which supports decentralized file storage and a voting system. Oh. The platform aims to initiate a marketplace that will allow users to buy, sell, and trade physical and crypto assets using the cryptocurrency, the Apollo currency. Look, Steve McCullough is the director of business development at Apollo. He revealed that the company currently runs offices in the U.S., Europe, and plans to establish a new office in Sandton, South Africa, which will serve its African clients. All right. Although the exact content of the MOU are currently confidential, we can say that we're working to design a major government platform. If this platform is implemented, it would revolutionize the way government functions. I know, man. I from the way this sounds like not like here in America, Factum is, oh, and I have something for you. Oh, motherfuckers. All right, but here in America, I just got excited right there when I thought what I have for you. Watch tomorrow. Here in America, our agencies are deploying blockchains like individually, right? Like, the State Department, well, they have their blockchain. The Pentagon, they have their blockchain. The Department of Education, their blockchain, like that. This sounds like the government is saying, like, blockchain our government, like the whole thing, Apollo, asking Apollo, I guess, to blockchain the whole thing, like the whole government. Well, at least these parts, right? What did it say right here? Right? Like a bunch of parts. Where is it? Right? Wait, where was that? We just read it, obviously. All right, yeah. Poverty alleviation. So, whatever agency that is, the Department of Education, some sort of infrastructure and employment in private sector. So, yeah, like it looks like a full rollout, like they really want to roll it out, like sort of, not like how we just saw in France that one little agency is using, what is it again? Tezos. But it sounds like these guys want to use Apollo for their whole government. Well, at least for a bunch of parts of it, not the whole thing, but I mean, a substantial amount. You know what I mean? So, press release. Sandton, 6 November 2019, Apollo Foundation is announcing an MOU with the nation of Lesotho to design, develop, and implement solutions in various government departments and initiatives. Yes. Look. All right. Deal focuses on improving public life and private sector growth. According to the announcement, the core objectives of the MOU focus on enhancing growth in the public sector and in government operations, especially when it comes to solving social issues. That's what it sounded like, social stuff. Besides, the project will create new wealth in the private sector by harnessing Apollo fintech solutions, design and implement new government systems, that's the part I care about, and you should too, reduce financial crime, got to get FATF compliant, maximize the commercialization of the nation's mineral wealth, commercialization, the exploitation of the country's minerals, and eradicate challenges like unemployment, poverty, and educational constraint. All right. So, the announcement further revealed that the initiative aims to harness operations in the Lesotho import and export sectors, which include diamonds, garments, electricity, water, and workers' remittances. Oh, yeah, they got those diamonds over there, boy. Everyone loves them some diamonds. McCullough further stated that the government of Lesotho decided to engage Apollo for the initiative based on its ability to deliver blockchain solutions. He said that blockchain technology is the most secure technology to create state systems. Told you guys. I tell you, believe me, man, 5 years from now, everything's going to be blockchained up. Your whole government's going to be blockchain one way or the other. I don't know about these tokenized blockchains, but you'll see. I've said that from last year. Right? People, I think, I'll tell you right now, like 10 years from now, not even 10, maybe even like 5. Corporations and governments aren't going to trust your data unless it comes off a blockchain. Man, they're not going to trust it. They're not going to trust it. For all manner of reasons, liability reasons, and right, like if I get some data from you and I do something, and then I don't know, like your data was fucked up. Not okay. I'm saying it the wrong way. Hold on, my bad. Hold on. I'm trying to give an example of why I think this is going to happen. Just if I get data from you and it's wrong data, you know, oh man, how am I trying? All right, guys, let's just move on. But I just think that that's how it's going to be. I can't think of a fucking example right now. I'm sorry, guys. My brain just froze. And it's still frozen because I'm still trying to find an example. But yeah, your data will be trusted. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. I think they're not going to, because if you send me information on the blockchain and it's wrong information, I take you to court. Well, we'll be able to say like, yeah, dude, that's the information. Like, it's on the blockchain. You can't change it, right? So if I take you to court and you give me information that's not on a blockchain, I can say like, yeah, that was a bunch of bullshit, Your Honor. But if it's on the blockchain, it can't be changed. Anyway, man, I'm trying to make it all right, forget it, man. That's not making sense. But believe me, I just think that in the future, corporations aren't going to trust each other's data unless it comes off of a blockchain. All right, let me put it that way. And if it does come off a blockchain, then they know if they have to take you to court, well, that's the information you gave me, motherfucker. And a judge can look at the information and say, yep, that's what you gave. So if that makes some sense, if that makes a little sense. All right, guys. We'll get there when we get there. Fuck all that. Don't worry. Oh, wait, where were we? What? McCullough further stated the government of Lesotho decided to engage Apollo for the initiative based on its ability to deliver blockchain solutions. He said that blockchain technology is the most secure technology to create state systems. And that's the other thing. Within a state, that's awesome because you're going to have, you know, a hacker or someone can't inject bad information into your state systems anymore because you're on the blockchain now. But the technology still faces challenges to outweigh its benefits. Apollo will provide Lesotho with the ability to develop systems that improve efficiency and simplifies operations in any state department and function. Oh. All right. Good. Oh, now you're running away again? All right, fuck that page. We're done with it anyway. Bang! Let's go over here. So, that was 2 onboardings, and now, Singapore. Crypto derivatives said to come under regulatory oversight. Now, I like this story right here because this is what I thought was going to happen. I told you guys this earlier this year in Q1. I was telling you, I was saying it last year too. Like, guys, right? What was I telling you guys? Like, once nations come online, their big dogs are going to harass the government, the politicians, and make them come out with regulation and everything, right? Wow. Finally, some whales decided to do that, right? Like, I don't understand. Like, the champion nations, our list of champions, right? They're small countries. And let's get real. We all know how the world works. when you have a small countries like these ones, Malaysia, Thailand, Jamaica, Philippines, Indonesia, yeah, if you're a whale, motherfucker, you hold weight in your country. You know what I mean? Like, and let's get real. I mean, let's just be honest about things. You know, there's a lot of corruption in a lot of countries. And so I figured that a lot of these countries would come out with their crypto regs. Yeah, and then the whales would just bribe, you know, their SECs, their versions of the SECs to just come out with regulations and let them do what they want to do, right? You know? Yeah, I know it's a sort of jaded look at the world, but it's how the world works. I mean, there's corruption all over the world, you know what I mean? I mean, look, our fucking president's getting in trouble for this corruption thing with, was it the Ukraine right now and shit like this. So it happens all over the world. I mean, this guy's different, but... And so I thought the whales of the champion nations would, you know what I'm saying? Like, grease the wheels a little bit. You know, spread the bread and get some investment vehicles. And so, well, that's what I'm about to read to you. That's what that's what these whales are about to do. I mean, I don't know about greasing the wheels, but come on, we know how it went behind the scenes. So let me get a sip and then we'll read this. But the story does say it. The whales told them, look, we're ready. I mean, like I said, I understand people are waiting for the SEC and everything, but yeah, but you can get your derivatives going. You know what I mean? That's your futures, your you know, just all your derivatives, whatever you want, your CD, just all of them. Futures, swaps. All right, let's check it out. Look. Singapore Central Bank and financial regulator, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS. So the MAS, that's their version of the SEC. Or the FCA, if you're over there in the UK, has proposed bringing crypto derivatives trading under its purview. Bang! According to BNN Bloomberg report on November 20th, the MAS's proposal would make the trading of derivatives based on underlying assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum subject to the City-State Securities and Futures Act. Bang! Institutional investors' interest sparked proposal. Yeah, the big money said, like, look, fucksticks, you going to give us some crypto or what? So, according to the MAS, plans to extend its remit to crypto derivatives have been spurred by the interest from hedge funds and asset managers engaged in the sector. Like I told you, the big money. The big money said, what the fuck, dog? You going to regulate this? You going to let us get a piece or what? Right? That's what it says. That's what it says. And that's what I thought was going to happen with these champion nations. Like I thought, you know, like, look, in America, if you're a billionaire, all right, maybe you can run for president, but you can't just make the government here in America do what you want. You know what I mean? It's too big. It's too powerful. Like, but in little countries like this, when you're a billionaire, come on, you get what the fuck you want. You know how the world works, motherfucker, right? Money talks, motherfucker. And so that's what I thought was going to happen especially when we got the Malaysia, Thailand, Jamaica, Philippines, Indonesia. I was like, oh, man. Oh, this is going to rock and roll. Right? And they haven't done anything yet. Yes. So I'm glad to see the Singaporean whales are doing what you're supposed to do. You're the ones with the money. Lean on the politicians. Yes, indeed. So look, but you see what I'm saying? That's what you remember, guys. If you're new, that's what I used to say. You guys remember at the beginning of the year, I used to be like, yeah, dogs, watch, man. Oh, fuck, they're big whales, man. They're going to get those politicians to vote. Look. But they did. And so they are champion nations. All right, but once you get them to vote, well, now you got to get them to let you release investment vehicles and stuff. It's one thing to have the crypto law. Well, now you got to start doing crypto stuff. Dang on it. It's no good having a law if you're not doing anything with it. You know, it's like James Bond. He has a license to kill. Well, it's no good if he's not killing anyone. You know what I mean? You know about James Bond, right? Do you ever notice that? Let's just a quick, this is stupid. Let me just say this. Do you ever notice James Bond, he's savvy, he's all this, all that. He's always in the suit. He's got the fine ladies. But do you ever really notice how many people he murders every movie? That James Bond is a fucking murdering machine. Every movie, he murders like 50 to 80 people. I'm just telling you, the character of James Bond. All right? I know, that's a silly, I know, that has nothing to do with crypto or anything, but just think about that. Right? James Bond, right? He's all savvy and cool. And we all think of him as sort of a nice guy, a good guy. He's a murdering motherfucker. All right, guys. But seriously, though, but back to the crypto. Sorry about it. All right. My bad. I didn't even know how we got there. But that's what I thought. I thought these whales were going to, you know, I don't know, even make some push some bribe money out there and get things going. Yes, when it comes to the financial markets, it's a little tougher just to do that. All right, so Bitcoin derivatives trading globally currently sees $5 to $10 billion in daily traded volume, exceeding the spot volume by 10 to 18 times, the report notes. Citing data from SKU and Bitcoin trade volume. MAS has said that its proposal will allow approved exchanges in Singapore to meet the need of investors to manage their exposure to payment tokens while bringing the activity under regulatory oversight. Exactly. Right? Like, that's what their big dog said, right? Like, look, it was spurred by the interest from hedge funds, asset managers engaged in the sector. You know, like, that's what you have to remember. And I mean, we talk about it here all the time. You know, when you watch the movies and everything, they make these guys look like, you know, cowboys and, you know, blah, blah, blah. That's just Hollywood bullshit. These guys are very regulated, very, you know, it's not like the movies, that all that Hollywood shit, you know, like, you know, you have to think of it this way. I mean, I've said this 100 times. If I'm a hedge fund and I invest in some unregulated shit, yeah, well, my client can sue me for that. Yeah. And not only do I have to pay them back their regular money, but then I have to pay damages and all this other crap. So they just make money off suing me. Forget the trades I would have made for them. And so they're very regulated. And so that's why they're like it says right here, the hedge funds and asset managers said, give us regulation. Give us rules. Right? Republicans here in America and certain business people, they're always saying, we don't want regulation. We don't want regulation. Yeah, but market guys want regulation, because that means whatever I do, I can say, if someone complains or sues me or whatever, I can say, no, Your Honor, I followed the rules. Sure, I lost their money. Some hedge funds do, but I followed the rules. Right? And then, yeah, the judge just says, yeah, well, that's it. You know, fine. But when it's not regulated, and you don't do due diligence and stuff, well, that's when you get into a lot of trouble, right? Yes. Google the Madoff affair. Oh, you want to hear about due diligence? And all right, watch this. Google the Madoff. So there's a guy, his name's Bernie Madoff. He was the chairman of the NASDAQ here in America. Yeah, you know what he did? He started the largest Ponzi scheme ever in the history of man. He was the NASDAQ chairman. He was the chairman of the NASDAQ in America. Yeah, and then he left that job, started a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, he had princes and queens. Spain has like kings and queens and princes and all this kind of stuff, right? In Spain. The Spanish royal family, they had over half of their wealth with this guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. He had royal families and shit. And you know, and he kept, what he did was he kept getting feeder funds. So he was a fund, but then he would get other funds to feed them all right, let me slow down because it's exciting. You should watch that. Fuck, I might watch that right now. Actually, I got this hearing I got to watch in a minute. But he would get funds to feed him their clients, and he would pay them. He would pay the fund managers 2% of whatever they brought him. So they would just feed him clients, and it was a Ponzi scheme, right? And so when it all came crashing down, you know, when the housing crash happened, you know, people wanted their money. Well, Bernie didn't have their money. It's a Ponzi scheme. Now, and so it blew up. The Ponzi scheme blew up. In good times, a Ponzi scheme can go forever. And it actually makes money for the people who are in it. I mean, but anyway, we're not going to get into that. But it blew up. And so what happened was, once people found out that Bernie Madoff's thing was a Ponzi scheme. All right, let me explain it this way. I'm from France, okay? I'm invested in a fund called France Fund, whatever. Well, France Fund took my money and invested it with Bernie Madoff. So when Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme went down, yeah, you know what all these guys in France Fund did? They sued France Fund for lack of due diligence. Yeah, you invested my money in a Ponzi scheme. Motherfucker. Yeah, it took them all across the world. They took these fund managers to court. You didn't do due diligence. Go watch that. The Madoff Affair. I think you could watch it on pbs.org. But if not, then just Google the Madoff Affair. And believe me, it'll come up. And that's why these guys are super, 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 super safe. It's not like the movies, Wolf of Wall Street, all that bullshit. Well, Wolf of Wall Street, he was a criminal, so that's different. But the regular guys, they don't do that. They follow the laws, motherfucker. Big time. Yeah, because you can get sued, especially for lack of due diligence and stuff like that. I told you guys that before, but Google the Madoff Affair. Watch that. Yeah, Bernie Madoff. That was the chairman of the NASDAQ here in America. He was the chairman. Yeah, and he ran a Ponzi scheme. The world's biggest Ponzi scheme. Yeah, the biggest Ponzi scheme ever in the history of man. The chairman of the NASDAQ. Yeah, that's why you got to watch these fucksticks. That's why you got to watch them. All right, you wonder, Shomari, man, why are you always watching the government? Why are you always watching these guys? Yeah. Oh, fuckstick. That's why. Shit like that. Yeah, man, the Spanish royal family, all their wealth wiped away. Because once the Ponzi scheme got found out, right, all the money got seized. And so everyone's in court still to this day trying to get their money back. You know the actor Kevin Bacon? His name's Kevin Bacon. He's an actor here in America. He had 75% of his money with Bernie Madoff. Wiped out. He got wiped out. And like I said, the Spanish royal family, because to invest in Bernie and Madoff's thing, you had to have a lot of money. You know, it wasn't some shit like we can. All right. Anyways, enough about Bernie, but just, all right. What I'm trying to show you is just that's why they want regulations, these people, legal people, not Ponzi scheme guys, but legal people, so that if anyone sues them or anything, they could say, look, I did my due diligence. It was a viable company. It was regulated. It was certified. And, we just lost the money. That's all. And, well, that's what speculation is, buddy. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You know what I mean? All right. Bitcoin derivatives trading globally currently sees $5 to $10 billion in daily. Oh, we talked about that. MAS has said its proposal will allow approved exchanges in Singapore to meet the needs of investors to manage their exposure to payment tokens while bringing the activity under regulatory oversight. As reported earlier this month, the Intercontinental Exchange's ICE-backed platform is planning to expand its existing Bitcoin futures products to include a cash-settled option. I think that one's going to be better. I hope so. Sources have claimed the new contract will be offered via ICE's Singapore-based clearinghouse, ICE Clear Singapore, and traded on the ICE Futures Singapore Exchange. We talked about that. Back CME and beyond. Bakkt made industry history in September with its launch of a physically settled Bitcoin monthly futures contract. However, the platform's underwhelming volumes in the first weeks, that's plural, still, following its launch were unfavorably compared to the fiat-settled Bitcoin futures of CME, which first launched back in December 2017. Yeah, I think these backed, look, I hope these backed cash-settled futures go better. Like I said, a lot of people, they want exposure to the price of Bitcoin in their portfolio. Yeah, but they don't want to own the portfolio. And so while the physically settled backed futures are better for us as investors, in other words, yeah, they get the Bitcoin, so it takes them out of the market, creating scarcity. The truth is, people don't really want to own the shit. They want to make the money off it, but you don't want to own it, right? And so I'm optimistic that these cash-settled futures will go a lot better for Bakkt than their physically settled ones. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's move on. As of press time, Binance Futures is reporting a solid $748 million in daily traded volume for its Bitcoin Tether USD perpetual contract. Earlier this month, financial technology firm Tezos received the green light from the United States regulators to secure the transfer of existing registration rights from an affiliated financial service firm, paving the way toward launching a compliant crypto derivatives exchange. We talked about that. And yesterday, Tezos revealed a partnership with digital asset market maker BlockFails to launch an institutional trade at settlement product for spot Bitcoin. Okay. I didn't know about that. But anyways, look. Bang, Singapore. Their whales, Singaporean whales, said, look, man, we want into this crypto. Regulate this shit, please. Contrary to popular belief, these guys, hedge funds and that, they want regulation because it protects them. If I'm a hedge fund guy, once you give me the laws, well, as long as I stay within the laws, well, you can't fuck with me. You can't, I can't get in trouble if you want to kind of look at it that way. Like, right? If you don't give me laws and I'm starting to do stuff, well, you never know. Next thing I get sued here, or maybe the government even shuts me down for this. It's like, why you shut me down? You didn't say I couldn't do this, right? But that's what happens to them. And so they wait for laws. It's like, it's like here in America, these super mega wealthy people, they hide their money offshore. How do they get away with it? Because they have these tax lawyers that know the laws. And so as long as the law doesn't say you're not allowed to do something, well, the tax law says, the tax lawyer tells that rich guy, hey, you can do this, you can do that. And if the government says anything to you, you can say, well, you don't have a law saying I can't do that. Right? And that's when, all right, then the politicians, then they start writing the law for that, right? Like, that's how it works in the big money world, like it's a lot of getting around the rules, but because there's no rules saying you can't do that. You know what I mean? So they just think of stuff. Okay, we can hide the money here. We can build a trust here. We can make a couple of shell corporations here. We could shift the money from here to here, from this country to here, right? And then if someone's like, hey, you didn't pay your taxes, or you know, like, where's the money? You know, they're just like, well, it's over there. And then, you know, but you're supposed to pay that in taxes. And they're like, well, it doesn't say that in the rule book. It says if my money is in a trust in here and here and here, I get to defer the tax. You know what I mean? Like all that kind of crap. All right. Look, that's getting into so much information there. Look, crypto derivatives set to come under regulatory oversight. Buy. Oh, yeah. All right, brothers, let's go. Buy. What do we got? Who do we got? Sites. What's going on here? Why isn't my shit? All right, let me refresh. What's going on here? Yeah, and this computer, I'm going to get a new one, man. Fuck this. I'm going to get a new fucking computer, man. This is a piece of shit. Look at this. No way. Really? Maybe it's just Twitter fucking up. My computer's online. Let me just see something. Wow. This is just all manner of fucked up. I'm trying to refresh this screen. It's not refreshing. Man, it's not. I don't know, man. Maybe it's not gonna let me bang. What? Let's try this again. All right. Wow. Really? All right, brothers. Look, man, I'm not going to keep you guys. This fucking piece of shit here. I'm going to get a new one, man. This is a fucking piece of shit. All right, man. Let's move on then. Let's just get to our usual. Bye. Oh, man, because you guys actually sent me some good shit on Twitter, man. I want to show you. One guy sent me, so you know how we have the fat man that jumps in the pool and boom. Yo, one guy sent me a picture of another fat man. And it's crazy. Hold on. I gotta show you. Oh, these motherfuckers are really doing this. All right, brothers. I'm sorry, man. I'm connected to the internet. I don't know what is going on. Hold on. Let me try to reconnect. All right. Disconnect. All right. Reconnect. Let's see what happens. Connected. All right. Now let's refresh. Let's see what happens. This is fucking stupid. All right, guys. Let me just leave you then. Look, brothers. We had a great night tonight. French law enforcement uses Tezos. Tezos hodlers. Tezos lovers. Look at you with that government contract. Oh, yeah. And the French government, too. Ain't no pussy-ass contract. That's that good shit. Yeah. Second biggest in the European Union. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Look. Good work, Tezos lovers. Not that you did any work. But Tezos programmers or whatever. Look, and then finally. Oh, not finally, but the next story. Hold on, I can't believe this, though, man. Still? Oh, these guys are really dissing. All right. Fuck sticks. I think Twitter's just having a problem. Actually, that's not true. My other... Oh, man, I think this... All right, look. Let's just move on, brothers. Look, and then Lesotho. Deal with Apollo. So Apollo hodlers. Bang. Look at you guys, too. Now, not such a big country. Not like France. But look, none too shabby. Government contract's a government contract. Money is money. Onboarding's onboarding. Generating revenue. When you generate revenue like a motherfucker. Look. Lesotho. Apollo. Bye. And then finally, Singaporean crypto regulations. Told you. Yeah, those whales were like, look. We need some fucking regulation, man. Right? If I'm a hedge fund guy or I'm a trader, I'm like, look, man, I got a couple billionaires trying to get me to, trying to get me to trade this loot, man. We going to get some regulations or what? Because that's how it is, right? I'm not allowed to trade these billionaires' loot until I'm regulated. So I'm getting angry. I'm like, look, man, regulate this shit. I got 3 billionaires right here trying to throw me $1 billion each. I'm trying to get this bread, homeboy. Look. Regulate this. And so the Singaporean government is going to bring regulations to the derivatives market. Bye. All right, well, that was a great show. Let's chill it and kill it. Let's get you back to your wives and lives. Oh, man, that's bullshit. Hold on. I just what the hell went on with Twitter? Holy still? All right, motherfuckers. Fuck this. All right. Subscribe below. Press the bell. You get automatic notifications when I do the show. The greatest show on earth, the greatest show in the multiverse. My name is Shomari Clarke. This is the favorite time of my day. So look. Love talking money, love talking crypto. And I will see you tomorrow with a fucking working fucking computer. All right. Until then, bye. Shomari Clarke, I'm always on duty. Shit, I'm pissed off right now. But look, always on duty. Bye. Over and out.